Now let's turn back to Storm Watch 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman to see what our conditions are looking like and what should we plan for the weekend ahead.
Well, we're going to see some changes in our weather. It's still going to be pretty hot, but we have a storm system off to the north and west that is approaching. And the big change we're going to see this weekend is the winds are really going to pick up, especially in the afternoons. Some of the strongest winds will be on Sunday. And although that will help clear out some of the smoke, it is going to bring new concerns when it comes to fire weather conditions. We'll talk more about that in a bit. But 73 right now in Klamath Falls. We're still at 79 in Medford and Grants Pass. It's 76 in Mount Shasta. And we're at 54 degrees now in Brookings. Winds, still a bit of a breeze out there for inland areas, but these winds will continue to die down tonight for much of the region. 63 the overnight low in Medford, down to 50 in Klamath Falls, 50 in Lakeview, and 59 degrees in Wairika. For tomorrow, up to 72 in Brookings. Pretty hot for inland areas. A lot of 90s showing up for tomorrow's highs. 96 in Lakeview, 96 in Medford, and 98 in Wairika. Smoke and haze is going to be pretty widespread throughout the morning hours. Some reductions in air quality, but look for winds to pick up through the afternoon. And that will start to usher out that smoke and poor air quality. So good news tomorrow night for the Paint the Park Pink event at Harry and David Field. The Medford Rogues taking on the Redmond Dudes. Temperatures will be still pretty hot by 7 o'clock, still in the low 90s, but those breezes will help usher that smoke out. So it looks like a pretty nice evening for some baseball. Here's a look at your smoke forecast. So this is lower level smoke. As we go through the day tomorrow, winds will pick up, and eventually as we move into tomorrow evening especially, notice a lot of that smoke moving on out, but there will be some new flat fire smoke that does have a pretty big impact with some pretty low air quality for parts of Curry County and Del Norte County downwind from the flat fire. Notice on Sunday there might be some light haze, but in general we should see some pretty decent air quality for much of the region, except for areas near the flat fire, especially later in the day. So wine tasting forecast, a little bit better weather on Sunday with some improved air quality, a little bit of light haze at least. Temperatures will top out still into the 90s. We'll get up to around 91 in Ashland. For Crater Lake, it looks beautiful on Sunday. Mostly sunny skies. You will notice through the weekend some passing higher level clouds through the region, but we will stay dry. Maybe heading up to Lost Creek Lake, a bit hazy for Saturday, up to 90, 88, and mostly sunny on Sunday with those breezes picking up through the weekend. Here's a look at Stormcast when it comes to wind gusts. Notice those winds picking up for a lot of our inland valleys, 20 to 30 miles per hour. But look at the winds Sunday afternoon into the evening. More widespread gusty conditions, especially on the east side. And we're going to have to watch the east side closely for the potential for critical fire weather conditions and maybe a red flag warning being issued. We'll, of course, keep you posted. But use caution regardless this weekend. It's going to be hot. We're going to see fairly low humidity, and we will see some gusty winds. So fires can spread still pretty quickly in those conditions. The coast highs in the 60s next week. Some marine layer clouds to contend with, but it looks like it could get pretty sunny for the coast later next week. Northern California, gusty winds this weekend. Hot temperatures, highs still making it up into the upper 90s. For the basin, gusty winds this weekend, especially on Sunday. Maybe some critical fire weather conditions on the east side. Highs in the 80s next week. Notice that cool down next week, a bit more seasonal temperatures. Staying dry up in the mountains, no sign of rain in our extended forecast. And then for the Rogue Valley, a bit smoky tomorrow, still fairly hot through the weekend, but less smoky on Sunday. Blustery winds, highs in the mid 90s, and then a string of temperatures right around, if not a little bit below average, through the work week next week.